Today I'm going to show you how I turned a beat up tumblebug into a cheap, no tractor hay mover and unroller. I bought this thing at auction for $265, which is a good deal, I think. The tires were completely shot and it was a little rough, but I'll walk you through how I fix common problems you might run into. If you're handy and can weld, this is a whole lot cheaper than the hay unrollers getting pushed by the regenerative ag influencers. I've got less than 500 into it total, not counting tools or time. I actually like this setup better than some of their designs, especially if you got to haul bales down the highway. But like anything, you'll have to decide what works best for you. If you just want to see it work, skip to time. I've already taken the tongue off camera. But all it really is 2 bolts. When you apply the brakes and this thing hinges to grab the bale, these 2 bolts are what the tongue hinges on, separate from what I'll call the main body. And over the years, that thing's wallered out. And I could tell when I got it in here that the whole thing was sitting kind of crooked. The simplest way, if you didn't have much tools or equipment, would probably be just drill that hole out bigger to a 1 or 2 bolt sizes bigger. I think I'm going to put a bushing through both sides. Got a drill bit in there. Is the right size for the wallered out hole. This side stinks because I can't get my magnet all the way because of the tag over here. So I don't know if it's going to hold there or not. Oh, I'm on the tag. That ain't enough magnet. Don't copy what I'm doing. This is foolish. Definitely going with a safety strap on this one. I had these pipes left over from a trailer project. And they're just the perfect size for my bolt that originally went through here. That ought to give it a whole lot more surface area so it won't waller out as bad. So I just took a 1/4-28 nut and welded it on the bushing. So now my grease fitting can thread in and grease the pivot shaft. I'm just using a threaded rod stretched across it that fits in well to keep them lined up as I weld them. I am happy that I did the grease fittings and bushings on the pivot if yours is worn out. It slides super easy. So I found a crack in the frame. I'm going to drill a hole on each end of the crack to try to keep it from running. So not only am I going to weld it up to fix the crack, I'm going to build it up a little bit and grind it where it's wore, where it's rubbed. Help if I hooked up the ground clamp. So my latch is all busted up as well. So I'm just going to cut it off and put on another one. One of the best things that I've discovered about this whole deal is versus tractors putting it out with front end loaders, and I actually have a 3-point hitch unroller that I use a lot, but I've come in and out of several of the gates here 40-50 times and I have no ruts. Everywhere that I use my tractor I've got ruts. So now I'm just going to weld this pipe across here, which will be my pivot for the arms for the unrolling. So now I'm just going to weld this pipe onto my telescoping tube arm. So these are where the spikes are going to go. Alright, so what I changed from it being an actual tumble bug was I've got the spikes for the roller just mounted in a couple tubes up here so they're easy to get out. And then if you want to unroll a bale, I've got my unrolling arms just on a pivot. And then I put a magnet down here on the axle so that when you dump it, the arms don't fall down. But I don't know if that's the best idea or not. They're starting to crack up. May have to find something a little better than that moving forward. So then you just flip your arms down. And I made a slot in here. That way the arms can extend. You don't have to be perfectly aligned when you back up and dump your bale out. You can move it to the center of the bale. And then you just slide your spike in. Then once you get it all the way in, you can just flip your latch over. I've got the spikes going almost all the way to the center because I buy whatever I can find economically. Sometimes I can only get 4-foot wide bales when I make a 5-foot wide bale. So there it is with both arms extended for unrolling. It's basically just this pipe run all the way across the bottom is the add-on. Then I made another pipe that fits over the top of it. And I made this a little loose. This isn't real tight fitting, but I put a grease fit in there just to keep it from rusting inside. So I've got the hubs and the wheel bearings pulled off, and I'm gonna see if the brake magnets work. As little as I'm gonna use this, those brakes ought to last me a lifetime. You can tell it's been sitting a while. It's got a 3-decker wasp nest. 3-story home. It doesn't matter which wire goes to which, positive or negative. It just needs 12 volts running through it. Hopefully those magnets are still good and it'll grab that pry bar. Well, it moved it. Maybe it'll work. Yep, it got it. So I'm applying 12 volts right now. So it's magnetized. When I take it away, well, it should fall. Alright, it's definitely not resting there now. Now if I take the 12 volts away. So those should be good after we clean everything up. I'm running all the brake wires through the axle tube so that it won't get hung up on the hay. I can just see them getting ripped off real easy. Trying to get grommets in everywhere it goes through a metal spot where it may chafe. It's probably easier to put the grommets in first, but I had to blow strings through this to get the wires pulled. I'm not a huge fan of the crimp fittings, but I don't believe this needs soldered together connections either. I'm still getting my hand strength back after breaking my hand, so I can't crimp it one-handed. That ought to work. Just heat shrink it away. When you're shopping for one of these, the newer ones have a double grab arm, and it does load the bales better. The downside is they're built much lighter. If you're dealing with heavy bales or rough ground, the older single arm units usually will hold up a whole lot better. I prefer this one instead of a Greg Judy style because when you're carrying the bale, it sits in this cradle. And I buy some of the cheapest bales I can find just to unroll on poor ground. And if you're strictly relying on it on the spikes to move it to a lease or a rental farm or somewhere down the road, sometimes it'll just fall off in the middle of the road and you're in a bad situation. So with this laying in the cradle, I don't feel bad moving junky bales to somewhere off the home place. So to power the electric brakes on the axle, I've got it wired up where it can just go to a typical 4-pin plug like you'll find on most vehicles, and I've got it running off the parking or running lights. So you lock those on and it'll lock the axles up. And just for use on my side-by-side or four-wheeler or something here, I've just got a typical sprayer plug mixed in. And then I've just got a little magnet holding it to the tailgate. And then I run it over here to a battery. And I've just got a little on and off switch right here next to where I ride. So it's super quick and easy on the side-by-side to back in, grab a bale and go and dump it without ever getting on or off. With all the wiring run through the axle and everything, I haven't had any come off. But I've got them tucked in there pretty tight. So I did add a swivel jack, where you can just put it down and crank it up super easy. And that works a whole lot better than the ones that go on with the pins. The mule handles it just fine, even with a 5x6 bale on it. It would obviously take a bigger four-wheeler. I wouldn't try it with a smaller one. It is super handy on the mule to have four-wheel drive if you're in mud and have to back up to dump it. Grabbing the bale's not a problem. You can grab it and get it flipped over, but sometimes just the extra weight on it, getting it to dump out, takes a little more oomph. The one disadvantage is if you're going through a whole lot of brushy terrain or short areas, is this one's longer than probably a Greg Judy style one. But I actually like that better. It makes it a whole lot easier to back up to grab the bales. I've fed several hundred rolls with this setup now and it's held up fine. Nothing fancy, something that just works and didn't cost a fortune.